into it, and then we thought, hey, why fight it? So
that's some good parenting.
Yes, indeed.
Right there. Well, thank you for being with us. True is in the house. She is a pop artist and an activist. Good morning, True.
Good morning.
So how do you start your day? What's your morning routine?
You know, I think over the years what I've learned is the most important is to start the day with gratitude. So I think it really sets the tone for the day and really kind of touching base with that sort of inner stillness. And I think that that's the best way to kind of set the tone for everything else that goes on, so that you can always maintain that level of inner peace, I guess.
Love that. Love both the stillness and the gratitude. What's on your gratitude list today?
Excuse me. Gratitude list, my best friend. Definitely. She's on the list every day, though. Gratitude list is opportunity, just learning to finally grow into believing in myself, which I think has been a lifelong journey. So definitely have to daily be grateful for that.
Love that.
So beautiful.
So beautiful. Daniela's in the house. She's the founder of an incredible new app that is helping those who are in recovery stay sober. Good morning, Daniela.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me today.
Oh, we're so grateful. We want to know all about you and how you two are colliding for a very cool night of healing arts. But first, how do you start your day? What's your morning routine?
So my morning routine is waking up with my intention of how I can be of service to my employees, the customers that we serve, my best friend, my family, our investors, our board. So basically putting myself in the mindset of like, how can I be of service today, which takes away this need of needing to perform or do certain kinds of things. And so for me, it's all about setting that intention. And then also I meditate after that. And then I have a smoothie called the Superhero Smoothie by a gentleman named Orion Solarian, which has spirulina, maca, all sorts of natural supplements that really get me started for the day.
Wow, superhero. Smoothie. I need one of those. That sounds amazing.
I'll send you the recipe after this.
Yeah, we'll take a round.
Yeah, is there different? Is there a male version as opposed to the female version, or are we all just superheroes?
We're all humans.
Superhero human.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Daniel is in the house. He is an award-winning filmmaker. We're talking Hank, the short film, right?
Yes.
Well, so how does a filmmaker and a creative like you start his day? What's your morning routine?
So as a filmmaker, you know, there's basically no routine. Every day just want to be a little bit unique, a little bit special. And when I wake up, basically I'm going to take a shower, and during the shower, I'm going to think about what can I do? You know, like think about the characters. I'm weird. Every time when I'm taking shower, I just think about, what about that guy kill another guy? No, wait, that make no sense. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, but after the shower, like, oh, that's great. Okay, I'm gonna do this. And, you know, I know a lot of, you know, in La La Land, you know, have water therapies, meditation. I just like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm Chinese, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, but,
Acupuncture.
but yes, my morning routine is trying to make the day special, basically.
Fantastic. Love that.
Does his best work in the shower.
Yeah.
Hey.
Most of us.
True.
Right?
Yeah,
Clean it up.
Exactly. That's the only place I pretend like I know.
And you can sing. Yeah, me too.
Right? Well, thank you. We appreciate you. Joe Camarano is in the house. Congratulations on your Imogen Award.
Thank you very much. It was quite an honor to be mentioned in the same breath as Antonio Banderas and Andy Garcia and Anthony Ramos. So I was very excited.
Oh, I can only imagine. So how does an actor, director, producer, writer, you are a multi-hyphenate creator, start your day? What's your morning routine?
An average morning would probably be about, 6:37 in the morning, hanging out with the dogs, just kind of, making them feel better after being in their crates all night. Poor babies have to get stuck in their crates. And then, we go outside, throw a ball or maybe the little frisbee, and then I get to feed them, and they're very happy, and they just basically sit by me all day long when I'm at home. So it's a pretty good morning, generally.
Full of unconditional love.
I think so. I mean, when you're the hen that feeds them, they're pretty much yours forever. So.
Well, thank you all so much for being with us. We look forward to continuing the conversation later in the show.
Awesome. Looking forward forward to those interviews. You guys look great
So
today,
fun.
by the way.
Thank you. A little
Incredible.
color.
Thank you.
Feels very Labor Day-like.
Yes, pop of color and a high pony. I was inspired by Eden
Yeah.
the past couple of
And
days.
you look fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Always.
You look fabulous. So do you have any Labor Day plans or traditions?
Well, so it's the Malibu cook-off.
Oh, yeah.
And so my daughter said, Mom, I'm going. And I'm like, but I want to go. And she said, no, you can just drop us off. And I'm like, you want me to drive to Malibu and come back and pick you up? So she didn't invite me in, which, okay, fine. So I'm going to hang
You're gonna
out
be the
and have,
Uber.
you want to come have dinner in Malibu with me?
Sounds fantastic
Yes,
to me.
I never have turned down a dinner in
Malibu, right?
Yes, for sure.
Absolutely. What's it, a chili cook-off?
It's the chili cook-off.
Oh,
Do you
super
make
cool.
chili?
Well, no, but you know, there's tons of last year I went and there's chili everywhere and there's fun things to buy and then these kids are running around rides. I mean, it's a lot going on. I remember as a kid, it was so fun, but as an adult, you know what? I'll drop her off.
It's different. I remember as a kid, I was obsessed because my dad was he sort of specializes in making great chili. But then I saw like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I was like, dude, I think I'm good on the chili.
Really?
Yeah,
That's an
literally
interesting,
freaked me out.
right? Way of you never know what's in this. Hey, you know what? You
Could be
just
anything.
changed my idea of chili forever.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I like it.
So, Rob,
And
do you
guys?
have any Labor Day plans?
No plans as of yet. My dad and I talked about maybe doing Vegas, but we'll see. Kind of wait until the last
You
minute
know,
on
I
that.
think that's so funny. Dad, it's almost like you could do a little filming, and please send it my way.
Yeah.
Dad and son in Vegas, and
Yeah.
and you know,
Get into trouble.
did you use strip clubs in Vegas? Is that a little too out there? You got to go with your dad.
Yeah, we have. I have
like
to say,
on the
we've never
bucket
done
list.
that.
See?
Yeah, we've never done anything like that. We've probably
Do it.
done golfing, but yeah. You got plans, Jess?
Well,
Cook-off or strip clubs in Vegas?
There you go.
well, you know, I think I'm going to go for the cook-off.
Okay.
Maybe a little dinner in Malibu. There's a great film festival happening right now. It's the City of Angels Women's Film Festival.
Ah.
It's happening at the White Theater on Ventura in Sherman Oaks. So I may go check that out and then soak up some sun, see some friends, get a little rest, self-care.
I noticed you've been really ratcheting up that self-care.
I'm
Jess.
really
I
trying.
noticed that.
I'm
It's
really
amazing.
trying.
Yeah, I mean, you always look great, but it's also nice to feel great, right?
Amen to that. So talking about personal branding, which is so important, how do we really master that, Rob?
Yeah, so I think this sort of notion of branding can sound a little bit like professional or like extra professional, but the idea simply is to be as fully expressed as possible and to be clear about what you do and how you can help other people. And so one place to start is sort of to list out the things that you love on one hand, and then list out the things that you're extraordinarily gifted at. So not just things you're average at or above average, but those things that make you different, even weird, like the one guest said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so what you're looking for is the overlap. So there's an overlap between what you love and what you do extraordinarily well. That is your competitive or competitive or comparative advantage. That's where you excel above and beyond other people. That's your sweet spot. That's your core competencies.
And
that's your personal
if
brand.
you get to that place, then you sort of have the freedom to
yeah, so-
really represent and step into that.
Exactly. So the point is when you meet someone, you can easily say, hey, I'm a happiness coach, or hey, I'm an entertainment reporter, or hey, I'm just a boss.
You're
you know what I
in
mean?
it.
You can say it, and you
Hey,
can say it
I'm
in
a
a way.
boss.
That's right.
Right.
But you can say it in a way that's pithy and punchy and succinct and jazzes you up, but also jazzes up the person that you're speaking to, so they feel excited about what you can offer them as well. You know?
Interesting.
Yeah. You're really great at this, I think, Jess. Both of you are. And Jess, I know you're great not only with yourself, but also with guests.
Yes,
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah.
You're wonderful.
But you know, it's really interesting, the whole idea of Willing Wednesday.
Yeah.
I know
Right.
You were speaking of that a little bit earlier, Eden.
I was in the car and I was just sort of like, it's Wednesday. It's like a willing Wednesday. It's when you kind of step aside out of the head and say yes.
Yeah.
And what freedom lies beyond that yes, or what excitement, or what opportunity, or what's behind yes.
Yeah.
You know, and I know sometimes you get in your head and you're tired, or you don't want to do this, or you're just no and boundaries. But what about, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the excitement of life.
I love that. Who's my Byron Katie? Have you ever read Byron Katie? She writes these great books. Like one book is called "I Need Your Love." Is that true? But the idea essentially is that when you argue with reality, you always lose. And so she's all about saying yes to reality, saying yes to the present moment, no matter how uncomfortable it is. You got to lean into it to get through it. And I hear you saying a lot of that. Jess is the same way, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
You're like our yes.
I
our
am
yes
a
girl.
yes queen, but I always expect the unexpected, and I just love putting myself in a position where I can receive. I'm not so great at boundaries, and maybe I need to practice that a little bit
Fine
more.
line.
I love just saying yes
Yes.
to life and embracing it and getting out of your head and not even just trying to force whatever that personal brand is, and just allowing
Right.
yourself to be who you are, to really thrive in that,
Yeah.
right? To have your sweet spot and float in that.
Yeah, I love that point. And I think, when it comes down to it, personal brand, whether it's, about what you do professionally or what you do in your personal life, the idea is to highlight all of your yeses. That's the idea. It's like, yes, I'm good at this. Yes, this lights me up. Yes, this lights other people up as well when I share this gift or I share this particular strength with them. And so the idea is really basically to be a living yes and to also be contagious as a living yes. So other people are living.
That's exactly it.
as a yes,
and I have
right?
an interesting point if we get to it, but some people don't understand that, so they question your yes. When don't question it, feel that.
Yeah.
It kind of will rub off on you. And I had this conversation with a gentleman who was like, why do you do that? That's because that's my purpose and that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
And if you're questioning, why aren't you doing that?
Yeah.
Right? I took it a little offensive for a minute, and then I said, you know what? Bless him for not knowing yet.
Yeah.
His yes.
Yeah, it can be a little difficult to just sort of discover not only what you're passionate about, what you are sort of purpose-driven around.
Yeah.
Right? So
Right.
until you just do that, sometimes it's easier to identify the pain.
In
Like,
others
these are
or
the things I
see.
suck at.
Right.
These are the things I hate. And so this
Right.
is what my brand is not. It's,
Right.
it's so it largely becomes a sort of a question or a matter of like, process of elimination at the beginning. But you're right, not everybody's as clear as you might be or as anybody.
No, but it's a learning experience. I mean, and you've taught me this morning actually a lot, whether you know it or not. And outside of here, the conversations we have are very powerful. So I think, having someone come at you like that, you can sort of, now that I know a little bit more, come back in a way where he's learning the lesson as opposed to I'm sort of nicely saying, what I say best.
Back off. Back off. Chill
Well,
out.
say yes to what you do best, and stay tuned. We have some exciting interviews coming up next. Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. I'm Jessica Moyer, the co-founder and host of EverTalk TV, and I am thrilled to introduce you to America's first live video streaming talk show network.
I'm so excited to be here on the couch with all you amazing people.
Yeah.
I'm just in complete awe. Thank you.
Happy to be here. And for those who don't know what goes on, this is a big old, there's a lot going on here. You do this every day.
Live.
God bless you guys. I mean, people, there's a lot going on.
Thank you for having me. This is an awesome studio.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I feel that, actually. I can feel that.
How exciting Motivation Monday. And the guests this morning have been incredible.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you.
And we have Rachel Boston, who is in The Last Bridesmaid on Hallmark. It actually is dropping tomorrow, the 22nd, right?
It is. Tomorrow night's our premiere.
Woo!
Congratulations! I'm so excited to welcome Jason and Ashley Waller to the show. Congratulations on the new beginnings. We're so excited for the premiere on MTV tonight.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Thank you.
The book is actually being shipped out today. It published this week.
Wow,
congratulations.
You guys are the first show that I've actually done talking about the book.
I think this is my first time my book's been up on TV. This is awesome.
Our friends at Universal Pictures have a special delivery for us this morning from a tethered himself. Have you seen the film Us by Academy Award winner Jordan Peele?
I'm sitting here next to you guys, and it's just like, this is a powerful moment for me. Like, I'm humbled by it because it's like I'm sharing this movie with you guys, and it's moving for me.
What are you most grateful for today?
I am so grateful to be here and to have the opportunity to be with all these wonderful, badass boss babes and with all of you. And it's just a wonderful opportunity to share the positive messages out in the world because I think the world really needs it right now.
What we've done and thanking me for the contribution we're making to their lives.
Oh,
and I thought,
nice. That's
this
great.
is what my purpose is. This is why I was born. Now,
Show it off.
up to you to choose the winner. Is it Annie? Is it Haley?
That's why I like this show. Years ago I did the Dinah Show, which is Dinah Shore, and it was a daytime show. And it was kind of like this. It was just like very up, and it was all positive stuff. They didn't bring negative stuff to the audience. And that's what I feel with this show. It's very relaxed. It's very professional, but it's quite a bit of fun.
You can binge watch and binge watch.
You can binge watch.
And you can binge watch. Binge watch, or you can binge watch. Please binge watch. You can binge watch and binge them on EverTalk TV. Thanks for coming. Bye.
First TV experience. I'm so happy I did it with you.
entertainment that will inspire, uplift, and empower you. Anytime, anywhere on EverTalk TV, your home for talk. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. This morning we are talking healing with the arts with Drew and Daniela. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us about this very special event in your exhibit.
So the Unity fundraiser is to raise money for, I'll actually let Daniela tell you a little bit about the fundraiser itself. To give you a little bit of background information about the exhibit where we will be hosting the fundraiser, the art exhibit is called Sugar Coated. So it uses candy and sugar imagery to spotlight social and political truths of our time, to deliver truth to those who might have a little bit trouble taking it on its own.
You put that very sweetly.
Well, that's the idea. So I call it the Sugar Coated is the place where truth never tasted so sweet.
Oh, I love that.
So the idea of the whole exhibit is, you know, we live in such tumultuous times where we're bombarded with really intense information, and a lot of our reaction to that is just to shut it out. So I figured, why not create an environment where truth is easier to swallow? And while I have this platform, I will be hosting different activists and charitable organizations to spotlight a new way to approach charity and fundraising and activism and citizen engagement.
Yep, and as you know, addiction is the biggest public health crisis of our time. So I'm in long-term recovery from substance use disorder, and that's really cemented my life's mission, which is when I first got into recovery, I felt true inner peace and joy for the first time in my life. So I started a company called We Connect Health, which is a mobile app that helps you stay in recovery, keeps you accountable. And so my thought process was we can elongate those moments of peace and serenity for people in recovery through the use of technology by enhancing human connection. And a part of that life's work is to contribute to the world in a more meaningful way. So I'm on the board of Unity Recovery, which is a recovery community organization that offers free recovery support coaches, free mutual aid meetings, and free yoga classes. So we'll be hosting a fundraiser for that at True's exhibit on the 18th of September at 659 South La Brea Avenue.
So amazing.
Incredible.
Love that.
Yeah.
I got a quick question. I was so interested in all of that, and particularly when you said, when I entered recovery, I had my first experience of like peace and happiness and love. Can you describe that a little bit, and what do you think it was about recovery that made you feel that way?
Absolutely. So my whole life, I come from an immigrant family. I moved here from Europe when I was 13 years old, had the American dream in mind, and I was always pushing my way through life to make my goals happen and forcing it. But when I got into recovery, I had no expectation of what life would look like, and I started changing my behaviors, changing my relationship with what I call sort of the universal force that surrounds us, and really surrendering to the fact of like, what am I meant to do? What is my mission on earth? And once I did that, I started actually being pushed into what I was meant to be doing rather than pulling for it and forcing it. And it was the first time I actually felt peace in my heart. And I believe everybody has that opportunity to find their purpose and mission. And through recovery, I think that's an amazing platform where people can really find that and be able to thrive in their lives, not just survive. I think a lot of us go through life trying to survive, but recovery for me is the life-saving mechanism that allows me to thrive in my life.
I think that's just profound. I mean, I think one of the, we see this quote all the time, like Albert Einstein basically says, one of the most important things you can sort of come to a realization around is whether you believe you live in a friendly universe or not. And for the longest time, I didn't feel like the universe was friendly or had happiness as a goal or intention for me, personally. That was only my intention. How did you get to that place? Was it through trust and faith? Obviously, it was through incredible professional resources and everything like that, but what was it you think specifically?
To be honest, I had no other choice. When I was at the end of my addiction, I was either going to die or I was going to completely surrender and do what was suggested to me. And I did everything that was suggested. I started going to therapy. EMDR therapy has been incredibly effective for me in treating my trauma and freeing me from the shackles I had around me. I'm also part of the 12-step community. I do meditation. I try a number of different things, exercise, and also having just strong positive relationships like True, who's actually, she's the reason that helped me realize I needed to get into recovery 7 years ago. She opened my eyes to that fact by unconditionally loving me.
And so the two of you have aligned, and not only as best friends, as women together, as you come together really to create such magic, whether through her art, through the sobriety, through the app, to help others to pay it forward. I mean, that's a huge, huge gift. And how do you teach or you lead by example, as we know. There's that, because you walked in here this morning and immediately I'm are attracted to both of you, and I mean attracted from the heart.
Yeah.
I think one of the most magical and foundational elements of our friendship and of our business partnership, which was the original reason why we actually continued our relationship, is truth and honesty. You know, we are always completely transparent with each other about where we are and how we can, you know, what we see of each other in order to improve, and it's always given in a loving way. And I think having unconditional love and understanding and respect as the foundation of our friendship, it's allowed our friendship to blossom into who we are as individuals and now what we do for our careers.
Oh, I love that.
And then on the other side, I mean, there has to be acceptance and obviously communication and from the other person, right? In these relationships, sometimes we sort of, it's just about me, when here's a working relationship in so many different ways where you're obviously flowing in deep alignment.
Yeah, I mean, we know and we trust that we want what's best for each other. So even when we have to give some hard feedback, it's because it's out of love and because we care about each other's successes. Because we also have some very different personality traits when it comes to approaching business. Obviously, she's a very creative person, but she's incredible because she also has business acumen. I'm more on the business side, though, while I have some creative endeavors and hobbies. So we trust each other that we mean what's best, and we deliver it in a way of like, this is how it's affecting me. It's never blaming, it's never being accusatory, and that's just the foundation of a healthy relationship. And we joke about that if we can have marriages someday as good as our friendship,
we'd be good.
That's when we know that person's right for us because our friendship is so incredible.
Hashtag goals.
Yeah.
Hashtag goals, true. Please tell everyone again where they can come see your exhibit, support the event, and get more information online.
Yeah, so the Sugar Coated exhibit will be open at 659 South La Brea Avenue, and it'll be open from September 12th to October 4th, so please come by any time during that period. It's a really extraordinary exhibit. It's a series of wall sculptures using layered neon acrylic panels and diamond plate aluminum. So it's unlike anything you've seen before. So not only are you going to enjoy a really incredible art exhibit, but you'll get some incredible events, particularly the Unity fundraiser is going to be a spectacular night for us as well. So that'll be on September 18th.
That'll be on September 18th, and you can find more information at true.love.
And
you can find
trew.lov.
Yes, trew.lov.
What's your name? And I hear you have a special host for that night.
We
Yes,
do.
I do.
Eden. So Eden is going to be hosting, which we're so blessed that you're doing that, and we're so excited to have you and share your story and why this is an important thing to you.
Our story.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
Incredible woman.
At the end of the day, I think that we have a huge opportunity as artists to create a new platform to invite truth and invite exposure and invite activism into our lives in a new way.
Yes.
Speak your language.
Honey. See, universe works in magical ways.
It really does. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land. Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. I'm Jezza Moyer, the co-founder and host of EverTalk TV, and I am thrilled to introduce you to America's first live video streaming talk show network.
You can binge watch and binge watch.
You can binge watch.
And you can binge watch, or you can binge watch. Please binge watch.
You can binge watch
And binge them on EverTalk TV. Thanks for coming. Bye.
That will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere on EverTalk TV, your home for talk. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning Law, and I am so excited to welcome this young star. She is so talented in very, very many ways. Lily Kay, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So you are the only recurring cast member for Dance Moms after a 2-year hiatus. What's it like to be back on the show?
It's really fun to be back on the show because, I mean, although we're meeting all new people and we're probably not going to dance as a team yet, but we still get to make new friends, which is the best part about being on Dance Moms, making the friendship and the family, being able to compete with them like every week and hanging out with them every day.
So, you know, it is a competition. How do you still maintain friendships through competition?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't really matter about the competition because when we're in the studio, we're focused, but when we're doing school, we're at like amusement parks or watching Broadway shows, we're still always going to be best friends. But when we're against each other, we just say, good luck to you, we hope you're the best, I mean, we're obviously going to be a little competitive on the inside, but we don't show it on the outside.
You do that very gracefully.
Truth, right there. That's truth. Apparently, the dancing also gives you perfect posture, like
I know.
Justin,
Look
huh?
at the two of you.
That's unbelievable.
By the way, mini me.
I know.
One can only hope.
I have to cross my legs.
So tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here.
That solo was the solo that my dad sang the song to, so that was like one of my favorite solos from the first season because I hadn't seen my dad for, like 2 months, a very long time. And for a kid, it's hard to not see their whole family for a long time. So I was very surprised when Abby played the music and I heard it and I was like, wait, that's my dad singing it? So it was definitely a surprise and it was really fun being able to dance to a song that my dad wrote.
Did you get nervous?
Yes.
Yes. How do you deal with the nerves?
Well, we all actually go like this 15 times. We do it literally 15 times, not just saying that because we do it a lot, but literally 15 times.
Wow.
We all do it, and then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we do it all the way down to 1, and then we kiss, kiss, knee, knee, knock, knock.
Oh, wow.
And we also have another handshake where we play this game. I think it's called Elephant Master. This is the game called Elephant Master. And we all have our own little signs. So mine's the llama, other people's are like the unicorn or something. And when we're about to go on stage for like a group dance, we all do our signs.
Wow.
So that's how we keep the nerves
And then like
away.
magic, no anxiety. Love that. I'm gonna have to remind me of that though. I can't remember all that.
You are an incredible. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 11 years old.
I mean, you're incredible. You have me in tears. Your spirit is just so beautiful.
Thank you.
Congratulations on everything, and the fact that you're really in your moment and you understand what you're going through, and you're so well spoken, but really in touch with who you are. And I think that most kids can learn, hopefully, so much from you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
What is it that you hope other young dancers or artists really do learn from you? Because you do have almost a responsibility now that you're famous and you're on Dance Moms and you've got all these followers.
Well, I just want all the dancers to remember that you can have people that you look up to, but don't try to be them, because if you try to be them, then it's not going to be fun anymore, and it's just going to be you're trying to be that exact person, and you're not going to enjoy it. And be you. If people bully you, who cares? You're doing what you love, so it doesn't matter.
Who are the people that inspire you?
Well, for dancing, people inspire me that are Dusty Button. She's a really, really good dancer, and her personality, she's so nice, and she's really cool. And I was honored to take classes with her. I got to do a solo from her, which was really awesome because it's like I got to meet my idol. And it was really cool, and she's such an amazing dancer. I hope I can be just like her one day.
So, Lily, what's next for you? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where do I see myself in 5 years? Well, since I've been doing the reality show, I want to see myself in 5 years on like a scripted TV show because I've been doing a lot of acting and auditions lately, and I'm really hoping I can get something. And that's where I want to see, I really want to see myself in 5 years doing shows.
Well, recently I watched one of your YouTube videos about the reality versus the expectation. And that was about going back to school.
Yeah.
But it kind of holds true for life, right? Especially when you have such big dreams like that. So what's your advice? How do you navigate the reality and the expectation?
Well, what I do to make sure that the expectation happens is before I do something really big that I really want to get, I imagine what's going to happen that's really, really good. And that's what usually would happen. If you're like laying in bed, just close your eyes and you're like doing the entire audition or your entire solo with no mistakes. You're doing it perfectly, extra turns, extra super.
Yes, you nail that pirouette.
Yeah, nail that pirouette, and that's exactly what happens. That's what I do.
Love this. I'm looking for a co-author for my next book.
I know.
You wanna, I
That'd
mean,
work well.
yeah, you can write the whole thing and I'll just put my name on it. How's that? That works. All right. I'll give you all the money, though.
I truly believe anything you want to happen in this life will happen.
Thank you.
100%.
So Lily, please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
You can follow me on Instagram at LilyKOfficial, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel at Liliana Ketchman.
Love it.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Keep
you.
shining, Lily. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in Good Morning La La Land. It is hashtag National Sour Candy Day. We want to thank our special friends from Pucker Powder for treating us today.
Hey, I'm gonna what is this? What is? I don't know. It's like a. Leave
it to the DIY
It's
experts.
a sugar hookah. This looks like what I would fill up my car with, the tires. You know, the air thing.
For those of you watching who haven't met Tanya Mimi, she is an Emmy-nominated host.
Oh my God, you're so.
Southwest House, Homer Colton family. She's a DIY expert and she's always up for a challenge. So
Right,
why
right,
not
right.
give her this sour? Here we go, Tanya.
Oh, come on. Shut up.
Woo! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Come on.
She's up for it. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are with Joe Camarino. He is an actor, a producer, a writer, a director, and an award winner. Congratulations on your Imagen Award.
Thank you very much.
So you mentioned it a little bit at the top of the show, but you are in the company with some of the greatest.
Pretty big names, you know, a little humbling to be mentioned in the same breath as Antonio Banderas and Andy Garcia and Anthony Ramos. Yeah, so it was quite an honor to be, you know, to open that email and see my name with those guys there. So
what is the Imagen Award and what does it mean to you?
it's basically, it was started about 35 years ago, and it was started to recognize Latino talent in the entertainment business because a lot of times Latinos get overlooked by the bigger award shows. So it was started 35 years ago, and it has really grown into this really wonderful thing that has really put a spotlight on some of the people that you might not, you know, get to know. There are big names there like J-Lo and, you know, Antonio and obviously people like that, but there are also other people on television shows that you might overlook, you know, might be overlooked by the Emmys. So it's quite an honor to be nominated and be a part of that special company.
Love that. How'd you get there? How'd you get there? What?
I did a film called Tin Holiday that I directed and was in as well, and we shot in London and Los Angeles. You know, we did the submissions, usual submissions like everyone else, and when you get that email or that phone call, it is quite shocking and quite jarring. We've done really well in London and in Europe. We were nominated for Jury Award in Nice. We won a Best Story Award in London this past February, so I was able to go back to the city. And we were just screened in Madrid. So it's been quite exciting. This tiny little film that almost didn't get made has really been flowering. So,
wow.
Yeah.
What is it about the film that's made it so spectacular?
I think it's because it showcases two friends who go off to London after a tragic event in the US, and then they kind of find themselves in trouble with the Punjabi Mafia, which is the Indian Mafia. So it's a comedy, but it's really about these two friends who find a mutual understanding and love for each other. One of them is gay, one of them is straight, and they both just find a really good common ground. And it's just a really beautiful story about friendship and love and honor, and it's funny.
Important topic.
Yeah.
With humor, hey.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we mentioned at the beginning of the show, personal branding,
Yeah.
really creating a life that you stand out in and you shine. How did you do that for yourself?
Well, it's been a journey. Being Latino, you kind of get branded as a certain type. So when I was in my younger years, in the 90s, trying to come up as an actor, a lot of the roles that were offered to me were that of a gangster or, a gardener, and I don't look like those guys.
No.
And so, I would show up and I'm like, I'm an actor, I can do this. And you do it, but then casting's like, but you don't look like you could be mean. I'm like, well, I can be.
Say that twice more to me.
So, it was a challenge. So I did a lot of other things like industrial work. I started writing a lot. I toured LA County as Aluminum. He was a character that taught kids about recycling. So I found other ways of making a living as an actor and entertainer that wasn't the traditional route.
Were you enjoying that, or was that a frustrating?
Oh, absolutely.
You were loving
it. It was very empowering. It's very empowering to be able to create something and just kind of run with it, and have the support of the LA County, which was funding the project back in the 90s. So it was, it was very empowering.
So what do you tell other young Latino men that kind of go through the same thing, or do you fit into that part? Do you end up trying to go in there looking like a gangster, or?
Well, for me, it was, I'm that 13-year-old kid from East LA who was told that he would never make it, that he should find another way to make a living. You're not pretty enough, you're not, you're too ethnic, you're too whatever.
The nose.
And, and here I am.
With the yes.
Yeah. So it was basically just me finding my own strength and power to kind of overcome that and find my way, and here I am. So.
Well, clearly you've done that very successfully. So tell everyone where they can find and follow you and catch your next project.
You can go to @JoeCamarino on Twitter and at Instagram. I also have a website, joecamarino.com. A lot of information is on there as well.
And where can they see Tin Holiday?
It is not released yet. We're hitting a lot of festivals right now.
You're gonna have to wait.
Well, you'll have to wait. We actually can't give too much information, but we've got a proposal coming for international distribution.
Congratulations.
Hopefully this week, so.
That's awesome.
Well, we'll cross our fingers for you, Joe.
Thank you very
Stay
much.
tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land. I'm GMLA, host of Good Morning La La Land on EverTalk TV. As a little girl with big dreams, I couldn't stop talking. I turned that into a career at premieres, at red carpets, and even a talk show. And recently, I had my aha moment. I was hosting a live event. A woman who represented a national cancer support community gently pulled me aside from the glitz and the glam, and she thanked me for mentioning their program on my show. Because of those few words that I had spoke on air earlier that week, one of our viewers battling cancer reached out and got the financial and emotional support she so desperately needed. I'm so grateful to have experienced that moment, a moment that truly reflects how much conversation and community matters. We need more of what matters. It is my passion and purpose to create content and lead a conversation that will ignite the light in my community and empower them to live their best lives, starting today. I'm GMLA, and I'm a host on EverTalk TV. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. Braxton Herta is in the house. You might recognize him as the young Seth Rogen. Good morning, Braxton.
Good morning.
So we were just talking in the commercial break how God made you a comedian, but you're not very funny. I don't buy that.
Everybody else does.
No. Well, the casting director did.
He's a comedian, really? I don't get any of his jokes.
I just got the energy that makes kids in my class go, everyone sit by him. He's too loud, I can't focus, it's just a bad situation.
Well, you turned that situation into a career, so congratulations. Tell us about your latest project.
I just performed at the Ice House doing stand-up comedy on the 26th of August, and that was a lot of fun. I got to headline a show with a teen show, and I made friends with everybody there, and it was a lot of fun. They had a couple of the kids from All That on Nickelodeon on there, and I love performing, so it was amazing to get to perform in such a legendary place as the Ice House.
Yeah. How and when did you discover this talent for performing in comedy?
I've always liked to perform, you know. I don't necessarily like to watch myself perform because I pick myself apart, you know. I watch it, I'm like, that's not good. Should have done that way better. But it's just, that's where I feel happiest is when I'm performing, you know. And I think, especially stand-up comedy, it's way more than just setup and punchline. Yeah. It's an art. It's where, like acting, you don't have a lot of, you get freedom, but you don't have a lot of freedom. Stand-up, that's mine. Yeah. I created it all. I write all my own stuff. And so it's just amazing.
I was going to say that's where it sounds like where you find your freedom, your best, or yourself at your highest self. And how do you bring that into reality? You know, I mean.
Oh, I'm just Bozo.
Which I love Bozo, by the way. But I mean, you say, you know, you make jokes of the kids in class. Oh, he's, you know, not sick. Yeah. But does it translate for you? And
you know, I'm always hyped up. You know, this is probably the calmest I've been.
Hey, I can get you hyped up.
Yeah.
But, she's a hype girl right there.
Be very quiet. Doing an interview now. No voices from you. But you know, I think there's two sides of people too. You know, you got the performing side and then you got the personal side. You know, you could be like when I perform, I'm out there. You know, like I'm a really big performer, but like sometimes, you know, I just like to lay down and watch The Office. And Friends, you know, and Mork and Mindy. You know,
oh my gosh! Wow.
Wow,
you are.
School.
Yeah.
I'm a huge.
Old soul.
I like a lot of the old comedians. I'm a huge like Robin Williams fan. He's like my idol. You know, and I love a whole bit like Richard Pryor. George Carlin, Jonathan Winters, but nobody does it quite like Robin because he was just so genius.
He was genius, wasn't he?
He was so intelligent in the way he did things. You know, it's just and the energy he brought, and that's because you always want to stay insane. That's how life is more fun when you're.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh my God,
you can't like take
people.
life too seriously, or it will certainly depress you.
Yeah, and he kind of helps me unleash like a really side of me. Like normally when you're acting, you're like calm, you're doing these drama scenes, but you know when you can bring out something that nobody else can do, that's when it's the best. You know.
I love that. Yeah.
Would you mind telling us a little bit about your role in Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Well, I played the son of Lauren Graham's character, and Larry David was dating her, and I was a prick, you know. And me and Larry got into it a couple times, you know, and
that must have been fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big deal, Larry David.
Yeah, he was amazing. But we did one of these scenes where he's like laying on top of me doing stuff, and I kept making him laugh, and so he's on top of me. He's like, I can't do it. We gotta do another take. And I'm like, all right, man, but we've been here for a while. It's kind of getting a little weird, you know. But if you're gonna have someone on top of you, it might as well be Larry David.
Absolutely. You're making him laugh on top of it.
Yeah. But I did a couple episodes of that, and that was a great experience. You know, it was. I don't know how else to explain it. It was awesome.
Do you see comedy running, you know, for 5-10 years from now, or do you see using this to build something to teach others? I don't know. Where do you see this, or really just
comedy is my passion.
Your thing.
You know, I love making people laugh, but I'm not opposed to doing like dramatic roles or anything. I want to do passion projects. You know, stuff that makes me. The parts I want to do. You know. Because if you're not having fun with it, you shouldn't be doing it.
Oh, it's
You're
huge.
gonna keep it real, don't sell out.
Well, I hope you always have fun with it, Braxton. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
You can follow me on official Braxton Herda on Instagram and on Facebook, and I'm performing at the Ice House on the September 27th. So let's go.
Yes, love it.
Be sure to find and follow him. Stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow. Good morning, La La Land. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to welcome a very creative filmmaker to the show. Neo, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
What a cool name.
Hello.
I mean, I made it up for you guys.
Oh,
you
man.
cannot pronounce my Chinese name. It's
That's
hard.
pretty big.
Let's hear it.
Hong Yu.
Hong Yu.
Close.
That's pretty good.
You tried.
I did, right?
Yeah, you did.
But
at
Neo's
first.
awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
So tell us about your journey to becoming a filmmaker.
Well, I was a film critic in China, and when I was 22, I just graduated from school, and I got into a company. It's just like, it equals to Chinese IMDb, basically, and I became the chief editor. It's a big position.
At 22?
When I was 22.
Wow.
And it's crazy, like I had 6 editors, and all of them hated me because I was too young. And like,
Yeah.
who's that guy? Like, why he become my leader, you know? But, you know, I interviewed a lot of celebrities and like filmmakers. I love that job, but the problem is when it become more professional, I had to lie sometimes because, you know, they pay us to write some reviews. Even the film is not that decent, not that good quality. I still have to say, oh, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, money talks.
Interesting.
Huh?
Thank you for being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We live in a pay-to-play world.
Yeah, good. Well done.
Yeah, and then one day I watched a film called Birdman. And yeah, and I thought, oh, that was so good. And it made, you know, it's here, Los Angeles. I told my mom, I want to make film instead of writing articles, reviews about other people's films. My mom said, oh, really? You better talk with your dad.
You got this good paying job. And,
it's expensive. You're gonna lose your job or whatever. Like, I was like, I told my dad, and because I'm the single child of the family. And my father said, let me think about it. By the way, how much do you need again? You know, like my family, you know, is a little crazy rich Asian family. So I just gave him a number. He said, it's doable.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they sent you off to LA.
Yeah, they sent me to LA, and my mom cried. Like,
Yeah,
you
baby
sure you don't want
boy.
to go to Hong Kong?
right. Closer, yeah.
Singapore or
This
something.
is a good story,
Asian.
by the way.
Thank you. I'm a star.
No, I mean, you go on. I'd watch this.
Thank you. So after I came to this city, you know, it's crazy because, you know, just like other like people mentioned, like, you know, LA has a lifestyle. You know, it's a progressive city, and I didn't feel fit in actually. You know, I don't have water therapy. I don't do meditation. I don't have like
bath.
Yeah, like a drink
we
clearance.
can do all that together, you know?
Yeah. We can attend the food addiction group therapy together.
I'll go with you.
So, yeah.
How did you find and make your mark then in Los Angeles?
Well, it's crazy. I made a short film called Hank. It's about a middle-aged gay man facing the open relationship. And, you know, I got a lot of rejections in the film festivals. I almost changed my middle name to Rejection. Hong Yu Rejection.
So sad.
I know, it's a sad story. And then
funny.
But I got into a film festival called Palm Springs International Short Fest. It's the basically short film, Oscar short film festival, like qualifying film festival. It's very big because it's the biggest short film festival in the world. So I was really honored, and after a few days, and then I got another notification that I got a nomination.
Wow.
So, oh, that's pretty good. And then like a manager started to talk with me, you know, and everything became a little bit dramatic and yeah, and then like, but you dream big. You know, one day maybe CAA gonna contact me, you know. And it's funny that yesterday I got a message from a Chinese CAA manager. Do you wanna, can I see your short film? So okay, I sent it to her.
Oh wow.
I might be a little bit too much for her, you know, game, whatever. But good luck. I thought, please.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Wow. So interesting.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So recently, the short film got into a Burbank International Film Festival.
in Burbank, AMC 16.
Oh, wow.
So everyone can watch it. And that's September 5th.
What do you think it is about Hank that's really like registering and touching the audiences at these festivals?
I think I want to make a short film not about that, like fancy people, average, like me, average people, So like, in our community, gay community, like we prefer fancy, like a pretty, handsome, muscular, that image. But actually, what about other average gay men? So especially when they're in a middle age.
But I think I hear you say average, and to me, you're extraordinary. You're authentically raw and present and funny and.
Yeah, there's nothing average about you.
There's nothing average, and so we might be fancy. I completely understand what you're saying.
I'm just being humble.
Underneath that is nothing but full confidence.
No, I know. It's funny, but I'm being serious. There's nothing average about you, but I understand that
the short film.
Yes.
Yeah, the concept. Especially when I was a student, I was super nerdy, Asian nerdy. Oh, come
you
on.
still are. I'm totally kidding.
I'm cute.
Gotta watch out for you.
You are. I mean, you're fabulous.
Thank you.
So please tell everyone where they can find and follow your journey and Hank's journey as well.
So like where I can find my film. So right now you can watch it in Burbank 16, AMC 16, September 5th at 7 p.m.
And where do we find you on Instagram? Like you are enough to follow every day.
Well, you can follow the Facebook short film Hank. Okay. So then you can find me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
But don't be a stalker, please.
Don't need any of those. Yeah.
I'm stalking you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. It is Wealth Wednesday. Wow. Without Dr. Aaron, I forget what day of the week it is. Thank God we have Eden Sassoon here.
Wednesday.
Oh my goodness, I wouldn't even know.
You guys, thank you for having me.
It has been so much fun over the past few days getting to co-host the show with you, Eden, and learn more about your story. Thank you. You are so full of light and love.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are.
I learned so much from you both.
We learned so much from you, and I love, among so many things, Eden, I love your authentic energy. Like, you're a genuinely loving, peaceful, generous person, and it just comes through every single moment that we're with you. I mean, really. So thank you for that.
I do my best to be present. And
Yeah.
sometimes a little out of line, but it's
The out of line keeps it fun. You're never out of line.
So what is it that you're most passionate about right now and going into this next season of life for you? Are there any projects we can follow and support you on?
Again, I'm choosing projects that speak to my heart, like we said with the women, really expressing self through whether it be art or breath work or healing, or we make fun of sound baths and things that we really can go deeper and learn who we are on a cellular level. And so I'm hosting a retreat in Manzanillo, November 30th through December 7th, and my Pilates, Lexi will be there teaching Pilates and yoga, and I will be there they call it breath work. And I said, that's not what you're getting yourself into. Be careful, because I really am sort of understanding that I can resonate, get in there, crack it open a little, and then what's to be found. And I work well. You know what? I'm owning it. I really work well with other people. And I just like to be present and listen and see where their life can open. And then hopefully that will open more space in myself as well.
Is that what you love most about a retreat like this that you've got coming up?
Well, this is the first one. Yes, it's the connection. I mean, this is why I have the studios. It's because I get to connect with women and they struggle like I do, whether it be physically, emotionally, relationships, being a mom, you name it, you know, and I get to be there for them and offer them the services of health and wellness, but also I'm there and we talk and we cry and, you know, we get to experience those moments. And that to me is everything. And just being here the 3 days and experiencing all these people you come across and you get to have conversations with, like, it's really empowering. And that's a yes, you know? So next time you guys ask me to be here, I'm gonna say yes any day of the week. It's an honor.
Well, thank you for saying yes and joining us over the past few days. We have a look at some of the highlights.
Live from Los Angeles. Good morning, La La Land.
Yes.
But you have impeccable style every time I see you. You've taught me this morning actually a lot, whether you know it or not. But you're missing the Eden mark, which is sort of a fun, hot mess. I truly believe anything you want to happen in this life will happen.
Thank you.
100%.
Yes, pop of color and a high pony. I was inspired by Eden the past couple of days.
You look fabulous. I woke up and I was like, I get to see my tribe again.
Just wake up and kiss my wife.
Aww. Wow. Does your wife kiss you back?
She sure does.
Yay! You just come here and you sit with the two of you and life gets better.
True. That's true. Just being here actually helps you feel lit.
No joke. I walked in, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I think I found a new mentor. No, really,
like,
you are, could be. And I hear you have a special host for that night.
Yes, I do.
Amazing. Willing Wednesday, it's when you kind of step aside out of the head and say yes.
I am a yes queen.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
And we need to train with you.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm ready for a beatdown.
That's what it's going to be, a beatdown.
Yeah. What an incredible morning.
Absolutely.
God.
Thank you, Eden. We
Thank you,
so
guys.
appreciate
Love you
you.
so much, Eden.
I love you guys. And the man behind that, I love him too. You know who you are.
We couldn't do it without you, Andy Waldman. We are
Andy.
Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. All of today's interviews are available as podcasts on iTunes, and the whole show is streaming on EverTalk TV on Apple TV and Roku.
That's right. We're waking up the world together. Check us out every weekday. Have a fantastic Wednesday. See you soon.
Say yes.
It's going to be a good morning, La La Land.